What's up everyone? In today's video, I'm going to do a massive Q&A answering all of your questions which you have kindly asked on my Instagram stories today. So let's jump right into it. What is your plan after visiting all the countries? Alright, this is the question I've been getting the most lately. What is my plan when I finish all the countries? To be honest, I'm probably going to cut back on the daily videos and I'm probably going to go into more longer form content. I'm also working on a really exciting documentary which I will tell you guys more details about later. But of course, I'm not going to stop traveling. I'm going to keep finding awesome stories and making them for you. How old are you? I am 28 years old. I was born in Dallas, Texas, lived in Las Vegas for a bit, then grew up most of my life in Scottsdale, Arizona, went to University of Wisconsin for school, and then been living in Asia ever since, South Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, and in between that, traveling all over the world. What's it like traveling all the time and not really having the same home to go every night? It's just sort of become my lifestyle and I haven't really thought of it like that. It's amazing. I really love what I do. I'm really passionate about it. It never really bothers me that I'm sleeping in different beds, different hotels, different couches, different hostels. It doesn't really matter to me. 105 bucks a night in Djibouti. This is what you get. I'm just addicted to the thrill of going to new places, meeting people, and making these stories for you guys all to watch. Which country in your next trip are you most excited to visit? So next week I'm heading off to finish all of the countries in Africa and the Middle East, which is about 18 to 20 countries, and I'm most excited to visit Syria, Senegal, Eritrea, and Ghana. How do you get the motivation to travel so much when it drains your energy and makes you tired? I don't know, I think I'm just born with this energy. I mean, I guess as the saying goes, if you love what you do, then you'll never work a day in your life, and that perfectly applies to me. I'm just addicted to all this stuff. Yeah, sometimes I'm sick, sometimes I don't have energy, but I just push myself to go forward. I love it. Nothing is stopping me. It's just an amazing, incredible lifestyle, and I'm super grateful to be able to do this. What's the scariest experience you had while traveling? Typically I like to stay positive and I don't like to dwell on the negatives, but the single scariest moment of my life was in India. I was in a bus crash, an overnight bus crash. 2 people didn't survive on the bus. I was stranded in the middle of the desert and it was just a horrible situation. What are your top 5 most favorite dishes from around the world? Oh man, this is hard whenever people ask me the food questions. So it's definitely Asian food. I think Asian food is the most diverse, it's the best, it's the healthiest. I'm gonna say the classics. Ready? Pho in Vietnam, Pad Thai in Thailand, Korean barbecue, sushi in Japan, and let's go with a good butter chicken masala in India. Which visa was the most difficult to obtain up till now? This is not the answer you're probably looking for, but it was Belarus back in 2015. Okay, it's 8 in the morning, it's freezing outside, and I'm going to try to get a Belarus visa for the second time. It was not visa on arrival like it is now. I had to apply at 3 different embassies in Tallinn, Estonia, in Riga, Latvia, and in Vilnius, Lithuania. I got denied the first 2 and the third one I was given. They're really strict against Americans for whatever reason. How can a person travel many countries with less money? So budget questions. When I started traveling, my budget was $500 a month. When I went to India in 2015 by myself, I was spending $500 US a month. There are plenty of ways to travel cheaply. Couch surfing, number 1, for free accommodations. Instead of eating out, go to supermarkets. You can save a lot of money on food. If you're into hitchhiking, go for it. I've only done it a few times, but I know people that do it as well. There are many ways to travel on the cheap if you're willing to cut back on partying, cut back on souvenirs, and cut back on unnecessary tours that you can just do by yourself. How do you afford your travels? Okay, here's the money question everyone's gonna ask. So when I started traveling in 2013, I was teaching English in South Korea for 2 years. I made about $35,000 US a year, and I also had amazing benefits like free housing, paid vacation, and a yearly bonus. And that was enough for me to live nicely like a king in Korea. I started my travel blog there. That gradually became my job when I left Korea, but I was only making, let's say, $1,000 to $2,000 a month on my blog, but I was getting a lot of sponsors from hotels, airlines, whatever, to lower my cost of traveling. It wasn't really until like 2 years ago when I started making money through videos, and now 90% of my income is through advertisements on YouTube and Facebook, and the other 10% is through various sponsors, which I do, but I try to keep those as low as possible. Who's the most famous person you've ever met? Funny question because it happened last week. I'm gonna say Manny Pacquiao. Not only did I meet him, but I spent an hour one-on-one chatting with him, and he's so humble, he's so smart, and I'm super thankful to be able to meet him in person. How did you learn video editing? So I taught myself everything. Did you know that on YouTube you can find free tutorials to learn any skill, any hack in the world? So basically I just went on Adobe Premiere Pro, which is one of the harder softwares to learn, but my first video sucked, and then you just learn. I'm Drew Binsky, and I'm gonna show you a $10 can get you in Dalat, South Vietnam. I still think I'm a novice at editing. I'm kind of cookie cutter. I don't put these crazy transitions, but yeah, anybody can learn how to do it. It's really not that hard. Do you think you're going to get Venezuela to complete all countries? Absolutely 100,000,000% I will get into Venezuela. I already have a contact that's working on my visa. If he falls through, I know many other ways to get in. I'm not worried about Venezuela. The only country I'm really worried about getting the visa is Syria, to be honest. What inspired you to travel every country on the planet? I always loved geography when I was a kid. My parents bought me a globe for my 8th birthday present, and I would just spin it every night and memorize all the countries and capitals and flags. But I think it was in high school when me and my dad would watch every episode of Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. Seeing the world, opening up your eyes to cultures. And then when I studied abroad in Prague in 2012, that was just like the moment where everything clicked, and I was like, you know what? I want to make traveling a career. So I did. Based on natural beauty, which 3 countries would you rank the highest? That's a good question that nobody really asked me. So right off the bat, I would say Switzerland, New Zealand, and then honestly the US, because it's such a big landscape and all the national parks. Even where I'm from, Arizona is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. So yeah, Switzerland, New Zealand, and the USA. What will be your last country? This is a debate that I'm going in my head because I'm doing this documentary and we're trying to figure out how to plan the end, but I'm thinking it's gonna be Jamaica in June of 2020, and I'm gonna throw a big party and all you guys are invited. More details to come later this year. How do you get all your visas so easily? So I don't get them easily, especially in Africa. It's been really challenging. It's very tedious, a lot of emailing, following up, going to embassies, sometimes bribing at the border. Every country's a different ballgame, so there's no one answer, but all I can say is it's not easy and it consumes a lot of my time. What's your favorite video camera and drone to work with? So I shoot on the Panasonic Lumix GH5, which is right in front of me now. I shoot my drone shots on the DJI Air. I have a GoPro Hero 7, I sometimes use my phone, I have an Osmo Pocket, a bunch of different devices that I use, but yeah, I keep it pretty low key. Everything fits in my small backpack, so yeah. How do you manage to have access to internet all over the world? This is a very good question and it's tough in many countries. I usually buy local SIM cards, the first thing I do when I arrive at the airport. All right, I just got a SIM card here in Uganda. You pay for a local SIM card and then I can hotspot my computer to upload videos. Sometimes I go to the nicest 5-star hotels to get internet access. Sometimes I ask a friend for a hotspot, or just an internet cafe. What was your dream job before you started your travel career? Great question, and it's still my dream job to become a professional golfer. I love golf, you can make fun of me all you want. No better feeling in the world than hitting a perfect golf shot. It's the best sport on this planet. How do you manage to stay in good health when you travel so much? So this is something I really struggle with, staying healthy. Maybe it looks like from the camera that I'm healthy, but I'm really not. I don't eat that healthy. I'm very active, so that's my thing, to always get my steps in. I walk a lot, I hike when I can, I play sports when I can. We made it to the top of Lebanon, but I haven't seen a gym since like college. I think it's just a matter of moving, and honestly, walking is very underrated. What are you looking forward to in Africa? So this is kind of like my last frontier this trip. I'm looking forward for the Central African Republic because I'm gonna go deep in the jungle and find the Pygmy tribe, who are those shorter people and they live in the jungle, like really indigenous culture. I'm excited for Ghana and Senegal. I've heard that they're amazing places. I'm excited for Sudan to see the pyramids. I'm excited for Eritrea because not many people go there and it's very undiscovered, let's say. So yeah, a lot of cool experiences that I am about to be having for the rest of the year, and you guys are coming with me. Does your family support emotionally your travel lifestyle? Absolutely. I'm really thankful to have a very supportive family. I'm really close with them. My parents, my sisters, we talk all the time. It's really nice having their support, and I try to see them as much as I can, 2 to 3 times a year, but it's really amazing and we are really close. What do you want to do next after visiting every country? As I told you guys, I'm working on this documentary, and that's kind of a stepping stone to get to the next level, which is hopefully have a travel TV show on American TV or on a Netflix or Hulu or something. Basically, everything that I'm doing now, I just want to elevate and take it to the next level. What is the most cheapest country in the world? The first one that comes to mind is Afghanistan, and then Pakistan, and then Bangladesh. It's always in South, Central Asia, Middle East. Those countries I find to be the cheapest. Most expensive country in the world as a tourist is Equatorial Guinea and Angola. One advice for new creator YouTuber, my best advice is just to do it. Like, don't have this idea and dwell on it and write all these notes. Just pick up a camera, start posting. When I look at my first videos, they're horrible. So you're gonna evolve, you're gonna find your voice, and also post content that you enjoy. So if you really love dogs, then make videos about dogs. If you really like traveling, if you really like food, make videos about what you're passionate about, and also to post consistently. Set a goal for 3 videos a week, 4 videos a week, or if you're crazy like me, 7 videos a week. what's the list of countries you'll be visiting in Africa? So I will be visiting Eritrea, South Sudan, Sudan, Nigeria, Benin, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Senegal, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Gambia, Cape Verde, Libya, Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi, I think that's all in Africa, and then Syria and Saudi Arabia, all in one trip. How do you fight the anxiousness when traveling to the not so safe countries? So this is very difficult, and I think I'm just, at this point, a very experienced traveler, and so I'm used to it, and I'm preparing myself mentally for what I'm about to experience in Africa. But there's no really preparing I do. I don't really do that much research before traveling. Like, for example, in Yemen last month, I just showed up at the border and met my tour guide. I didn't do any research. All the stories that you guys watch mostly come from spontaneous adventures and what I realize on the ground. Of course, I do a little bit of preliminary research, but not really. I'm pretty much next day kind of person, like make the video, post the video. I haven't even made video stories for next week in Eritrea, so we'll see what happens. Favorite airline? In order, I would say Emirates, Qatar, Singapore Airline, then there's quite a bit of a gap before the next tier. Alright guys, thank you so much for your questions. There are about 1,000 more that I haven't answered, so what I want to do now is I want you to comment them below. I will do my best to answer them. I'll be staying up all night actually answering your questions. This will be part 1 of many Q&As. I hope you enjoyed. Please share this video if you liked it. That's it. Thank you so much. Cheers from Manila, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Whew, that was fun. I'm Drew Binsky, and if you like my travel videos, please click subscribe and join me as I plan to visit every country in the world.